All right, so it has been a long time. It's been about 3 to 4 years. So I kind of just really, I've had the urge to make this video for about 2 to 3 months now. It's kind of just been like an afterthought in the back of my mind, but I really just want to give an update to myself, so that anyone that was subscribed and did enjoy my content, you can know I'm for certain, pretty much at this point, that I will never upload again on this channel. Um, so it's kind of in a way like a farewell. You can unsubscribe and carry on. Although I'm not really sure how many people are still here, waiting after 3 to 4 years of no uploads. So this is really just gonna be me talking about changes and kind of what I've experienced, as I've grown older, and maybe some things I can say can even help you in some way. So we're just gonna, move on to these topics, I guess. So the first thing I want to talk about is time. So up until now, like as of recent, honestly, it really hasn't felt like time has passed at all, if I'm being honest. Like ever since, and I know people like make jokes about this, at least on social media that I've seen, like on Instagram and whatnot. They'll be like, what they'll say is like, since 2020, we went into like an alternate dimension or whatever, and everything's just warped. That's why everything in the world right now is just so fucked and so just degenerate and awful. But I mean, I don't really necessarily believe that, but I also don't know too much about what's it called, like time travel, different universes and all that. I don't know anything about that. We're not gonna get into that. Not that I believe in any of that and whatnot, but really, like up until now, like it just hasn't felt like time moved at all. It felt like everything I was doing and like just going through the day to day processes. Or why did I say processes? The day to day, just everyday things, right? Just going through the days, going through the motions. It didn't really register with me. It's like all the things. It's weird to explain this because I don't really know if anyone else kind of has felt this before, like mentally, but it's like now that time, it's really, I think it's because I'm more isolated now in life. I'm really alone and really keep to myself. So it's like I have a lot of time now to really think. And because I have time to think and reflect, it's like for instance, like just the other day I was scrolling on YouTube, I was watching something cuz I mean, I watch stuff, like when I'm laying down just to try to, I watch something like till I get tired, right? And I was just scrolling through videos, and I had seen a Flight Reacts video, and it was like him playing 2K when he had first started the June flight thing. And I looked at the date, and the video was like, I think either 6 or 8 years old, and he was like, damn, like it really like was hitting, and it's like, wow, so much has actually happened, and so much has changed. It's like, because for a while it felt like and again, I don't know if you really understand this by what I'm saying. I don't really know the best way to explain this, but it's like I was just going, and it's in a way it felt like all that stuff happened recently. Like this all this time that has passed since like certain moments and certain memories in my life really, it felt like it was all like yesterday, or like maybe a week ago, a month ago, and that's going to lead into like actually the next thing I want to talk about, and it's connecting to this time topic, but it's memories, right? And part of me feels sad like thinking about how those moments are gone and lost to time, and in a way it's weird, it's hollow, it's kind of empty in a way when I sit there and I really think about it, because it's like only I and the other people in that moment really lived that and experienced that, and were really there. It's like, to everyone else outside of me and the certain people, no one knows about it, and in a way it's so hollow and it's so weird, because like so much time has passed, and like I've thought about these people that I used to know and all that, and it's like I don't talk to them, I don't know any of them anymore, uh and in a way it's weird. I know this is probably not the best way to go about it. I'm not saying that I can't change and whatnot, but it's like when I look back and I feel that emptiness, sometimes sadness, sometimes happiness, a mix of different emotions, right? When I think back to these memories, part of me makes it not want to really go and talk to people or put myself out there, you know, because again, it just really makes me feel hollow, and it's like I am glad that these things happen. I'm glad that I lived through certain moments. Obviously, you have bad moments, right? But part of me is still happy about that I experienced those things. But it's just so weird, man. Because like I have so much time now, and I've really been reflecting a lot. I've never really reflected in my life before. Like thinking back to these memories and stuff, it's like I can remember like the most precise and weird details. It's just weird, and it's like for me personally, sorry, it's kind of like a burden to deal with, cause like, and I'm not saying this is what I'm gonna do. I know I'll change and I'll meet new people and whatnot, but in a way, it just makes me not want to go and meet new people or talk to anyone because of course time's gonna happen, time's gonna change. You're not gonna speak to people that you speak to with every day. Things change, right? And it's just like, wow, it's gonna be such a burden to deal with all the next stuff that happens that could happen, right? And then one day I'm just gonna be back to where I am right now, kind of reflecting on it, and it's just gonna feel hollow again. And I can only imagine, like, I feel hollow about certain things now, right? If I live to an old age, if I get to that point, it's like, what is that gonna feel like then? If I don't face it. So like right now, I've kind of just been really just coming like to terms with myself, like really getting comfortable with myself in a way. Um, and another reason, I guess, why I also don't really want to go and interact with people, it's just personally for me, like throughout my life, I have not met really any good, genuine people. Um, when I say like the good memories and all that, that's mainly like, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, it's quite sad, I guess, to really think about. But a lot of those good memories are like just with people online. Just meeting people online, like growing up playing Black Ops Zombies, playing Minecraft, like with people I used to know, and like I knew them for years online. It's like in a way like we almost grew up together, but again, like all that's gone now. Um, and it's just hard to deal with that. Really, like I've come to terms with it, but it really does hurt. It's weird. Um, but yeah, I mean, just really accepting the fact that I really haven't met any, get back on the point where I was, but I haven't really met any good, genuine people. And like nowadays, it's like I know it's not everyone. Not everyone's awful, right? But man, the good people, man, it's got to be such a low percent of like the people out there. Everyone just seems so awful nowadays. And I think that's the main reason why I don't really care for relationships and people in general anymore. Like I'll be honest, part of me still desires like a connection, like just the bare minimum in my opinion. It's like just a conversation or being able to play a game with someone. Because I mean, I honestly, I do enjoy being by myself. I enjoy doing what I want to do, and when I'm alone, I can be me, and that's, being alone now. It's really helped me to understand myself more, and just again be comfortable with myself, right? And that's who I want to be right now. I just want to be myself, and I feel like when it comes to people, people are always just trying to put their ideas, put their beliefs, like they're just like trying to put themselves in a way onto you, like obviously not literally, right? But in a way they're trying to do that to you. They're trying to like warp you and change you. And maybe it's just the experience I've had with people in my life. Maybe your guys' experience may be different, but for me that's how it's been. And it's like, man, I really do not want to deal with that shit again. That shit is weird. That shit is awful. No, no thanks, no thanks. But I mean, I'm not completely opposed to talking to people and hanging out with people. I mean, it's great. It's great. I do like the conversations I have now. Like, I'll get into this topic later. Like, it has to do with martial arts, but my I would say my martial arts coach is like the only person I can really be myself around and really just be straight up honest with, because in a way, like the way we think like in a lot of the ways the same, right? And we have the same outlooks on a lot of things. It's like I finally met a person that you know is like me. If that makes sense. I mean, that's probably weird to say, but it's that's like really the only person I've met that I can just be myself around, really. Um, But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and change to the next topic. So yeah, we'll move on to that. All right, so the next topic, like I titled these, and it's weird how I titled it. I just titled the isolation. I don't know why that's so funny to me. I used to be in the 2K community, and it's like there's like this whole ISO thing. So that just seeing the word isolation, like I wrote it down. It's like wow, that takes me back to all those memories with 2K and shit. It's man, wow, wow. All right, but since becoming isolated, and when I say isolated, I mean I still talk to my family here and there, but really it's just quick conversations, right? And I started my martial arts journey, and it really has changed my view on life and many different things. Like what I said earlier, I've never really been this comfortable with myself before. Like I accept myself entirely, not just the good things, but the bad things too. Like I accept those. I accept that those are like that's me. For whatever reason, I am this way, right? Um, and I think being able to come to terms with those things and really learn about myself is because with martial arts you have to really face yourself. Like you can't hide from it, okay? You cannot run, you cannot hide. You really have to face it. Like um, you know, maybe you'll do something and then like this is just an example. Maybe you do something and you don't like doing that thing, but you keep doing it and whenever you think you hate doing it, right? But you never like to kind of think about and go into um what's it called? The reasons why you do that thing, right? And just having all this time to reflect and then martial arts, because I say martial arts helps you with facing yourself and getting to really know yourself. Because for me, like, yes, I have my coach. He shows me the techniques, he shows me how to train, but that's only like once a week. For me, I'm always by myself training, I'm always by myself running, I'm with myself all the time, and I'm always having to push myself. So I can't shortcut myself. I absolutely want this. This is my desire in life now. I want to be a martial artist, and the martial art I've chosen is kickboxing. I've completely fallen in love with it, but yeah, it's really helped me a lot, and it's not that it's easy to look back on things. It's actually very it's very uncomfortable, but it has helped me to see why things played out the way they did. Reflection I think is very important, and the reason why I spoke about martial arts is because martial arts led me to learning reflection and also just being really just isolated right now, honestly. But it helped me to see why certain things happened the way they did, and to see it from all angles, right? Not about me and how I feel. I can see it now in a way. This might sound weird to you, but detached from like emotions. There's no emotions. Okay, I have to see this for what it is. I have to know why this happened. I can't have my own bias. I can't just sit here and not accept that this is the truth and that this is the way things were, right? When you do that, I find that it's just so liberating. It's so liberating, and I do that with everything right now. I feel more aware of everything I do, more aware of what goes on around me, just more aware in life now. Um, and that's gonna tie me into my next topic, which is gonna be how my goals have changed over time. And I'm just smiling, I'm just laughing because it feels good like to be back. I've really wanted to do this for a while. I never knew what I wanted to make it about, but this is really the only thing that's come to mind because as of recently, I don't know. I this is just me, but I don't really enjoy many things anymore. Maybe that's because like the things, maybe because like I haven't really like had any crazy changes in my life, and I've kind of just been doing the same thing over and over, right? But this martial arts, I mean, it's changed. It's changed my life. But let's get back into the topic. How goals have changed over time. So, I remember being like absolutely laser focused on basketball. It was really the first thing in life to tell me no. It was, and I'm not saying I haven't been told no in life. All right, I didn't always get what I wanted. I faced resistance, right? But this was like the first thing in my life that I really worked for, like I really worked towards, and I really pushed myself, and I still failed. I still didn't get what I wanted, and it really, it really like woke me up in a way. Um, because I just remember, like, I remember running and I hadn't played basketball. I've never done anything serious with basketball, but I was running and I was, doing my working on my jump shot, my dribbling, my ball handling, all that. Good times, good times. But you know, I mean, like literally outside of 2K, I've never really done anything with the basketball, but I put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of work after getting told no, um, and you know, the entire year after being told that, it's like I laser focused myself on basketball. I only did that. It's like all my time was in that, and I improved a lot. It was looking back on it, I mean, I'm not surprised because I put in the work and I really gave it my all, but I improved a lot in, what I was able to do and what I was able to do on the court, like really showed it. But at the time, it did open my eyes to just, I mean, politics and drama. Like, cause I was in a very niche, I guess, kind of friend group. Friend group. I'm just gonna use that word because it's easy for everyone here to know. But I don't talk to any of those people. I saw something. It's kind of silly, but it was this video, and it's like, uh, friends are forever. So you shouldn't call, people that you used to technically be friends with friends because they're not with you, they're not with you anymore. So I don't really like calling them friends. I guess I kind of want to call them acquaintances or people I used to know. So I mean, maybe that's a weird way to look at it, but oh well. Oh well. That's how I view it, you know. But yeah, so it really opened my eyes to politics and drama because I mean, all I really did was keep to myself and just literally just train, right? Just train. I mean, I said that before, but it's like I would still get hate for literally no reason at all. I would just be training. I would literally, and I say training. I would just be on the court, practicing my handling, just shots. I would be the first person at practice, and I'd be the first person, or not the first person to leave. I'd be the last person to leave, like literally. And all I did was focus on myself. I didn't start anything with anyone. I just kept to myself, and like I still had so many people just absolutely hating on me and just talking shit, and it was so weird. Like it opened my eyes to how people can be so hateful, and genuinely how people can hate you, hate on you, dislike you for no reason at all. The only genuine thing I could think of why they perhaps disliked me was because I worked harder than them, and they couldn't accept that, Unfortunately, I didn't have the greatest success in it though. Like, I mean, as a player one on one, I was really good. I'll just be honest. But I didn't really get the playing time at all. And yeah, I mean, I was a lot better than a lot of people there, but I just didn't get my chance, you know. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I've really moved on for that. Again, that's another thing. Reflect on, deal with it. It is what it is. Just keep moving. But after that, like it because of the situation and how everything went, like, man, it was, I'm not gonna lie, there was so much drama. It was awful. It really made me never want to do it like a team sport ever again. Okay, so and this is another thing I see a lot of people talk about, like how after high school and all that, after playing sports, when they don't make it technically right to like a college or play professionally, they get into weightlifting, which is what I did. So I got into bodybuilding, which I did. I want to, like, it was bodybuilding, like I trained the bodybuilding way, but I didn't really absolutely do like the perfect bodybuilding in my mind because I was, for like years, I was just trying out new things, testing different things, and then finally for, I would say about like 6 7 months. And I'm not saying that dumbass fucking trend that's going around, the 6 7 shit. I hate that shit so much. That shit is fucking annoying. If you like that shit, yeah, fuck you. Um, but yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie. I lost my train of thought because I hate the people that actually think that meme is fucking funny. I just said meme. Is it a meme? No, it's like a trend, right? But let me get back to what I was saying. But yeah, I finally locked in. I'll probably put some pictures on of my progress. Maybe I don't know. Probably probably not. But dude, I saw so much improvement. I went from two 210, like 215 to 288. It was fun. It was so fun, like finally living that true bodybuilder lifestyle, dude. I ate so much damn food. I was a fucking machine. I was just inhaling food nonstop. But um I actually had to stop it because I ended up losing my job because I got hurt at work, and then I got sick, and then it's like, oh, you missed so many days. Well, fuck you, fuck out of here. Even though you do everything, which is true by the way, entirely true, no lie. But yeah, I lost that job. But then like the thing, like I was told this when I was playing basketball, but I never believed it because okay, so they told me I tore my quad, right? The trainer there, and I was like, in my mind, I'm like, um, how could I have torn it? Nothing looks off, nothing looks wrong. So, he just says the trainer tells me like, hey, take a couple weeks off of practice, which I do. I don't do anything, and then I get start going back to practice, and I'm fine. I figured like for whatever reason, I figured, hey, if if I actually tore it, if I actually tore my quad, I would have. Sorry, excuse me, damn. Like I would have actually had to get like surgery or something, right? Like they would have actually had to repair it, but it turns out they didn't. And the more and more I progressed, like my whole body was getting better. I was looking better and better and better. And there's just one thing that's not improving, and it's only on one leg, and it's my fucking quad. And man, that shit pissed me off because I have so much love for bodybuilding. I love that shit. Bodybuilding is so damn fun, but that really that was the end of my bodybuilding journey. Yeah, because dude, not having a job and talking about today's society and how expensive everything is, dude, that shit's almost impossible. But yeah, I mean, in a way, I kind of view it as a waste of time, but also I don't because again, I learned discipline. I learned how to just really push myself to the limit and past my limit, right? And how to stay dedicated to something and just keep training, just keep going at it, right? Not break away, not fall into these weird half-ass cycles where you just give a little bit and then you stop. It was full push, right? Sorry, I was just thinking about some F1 shit. Full push, full push. I mean to push to P1, push to P1. But now I'm completely laser focused on martial arts. Again, earlier I said specifically kickboxing. Fell in love with it completely, and now it's like that basketball bodybuilding obsession to where all the content I consume is just fighting. I just watch fights. I just watch how people do these things, like how they set up a counter, what they're looking for when they jab, their footwork. Like it's just so interesting to me. I like for me in my life, out of everything like I've done and I experienced, it's like fighting is like the peak of interesting things. It's so interesting to me. Like, and it's like a chess match. It's not completely physical either. It's a crazy mental game. But yeah, it's helped me grow as a person and just develop and change for the better. Truly, I'm such a better person than I ever was before. Like right now I'm at my peak, but in a way like I'm not doing anything crazy. But like when I say peak, like I'm the best version of myself that I've ever been. But there's still like heights to climb and to reach to, right? So obviously I'm not peaking right now, but like as a person, as a human, just as a person in general, like I'm never been better. I've never felt better about myself and better about my life and the direction I'm going in. Um, do plan on going pro. I'm gonna start in the amateurs. Hopefully soon. I'm actually gonna start in the amateurs. Maybe I said this might be a farewell video, but maybe I'll like upload some fights. I don't know. Depending on how it goes. My coach believes in me. I believe in myself. This is like fighting's like the first thing really in my life that like it's weird to describe because I feel like you'd have to experience it yourself, but it feels like it's meant to be. It feels like I belong to this. Like I remember like and it's weird like how my life kind of went and how I used to think about things, but I remember just one night like literally just going on YouTube and out of nowhere, I've never watched a fight in my life. I've never watched fighting at all. I just get this documentary and it was either of Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. But I watched one or the other, right? And then I watched the next whichever one, you know, I hadn't watched then, like I watched that one next. So I watched both those documentaries, and it's like, damn, I belong to this. I belong to this. I need to do this. It's like this is what I'm meant to do, you know. And obviously, I have nothing to really show for it. I mean, I train, I show up, I push myself, you know, past the limit. I'm extremely hard on myself, but again, you know, belief is one thing, but right now I don't have the results to show for it, and so that's what I'm going to be pursuing, right? So I can't really say that, hey, this is my destiny or whatever, but it definitely feels like it is, and we will see how it turns out. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and get into the next topic, which is everything is so weird now. I definitely think it's due to the growth of social media. Like a lot of people nowadays, it's like everyone's online. Everyone has a social media account, no matter what, and now it's just made me so much more aware of like how awful people really are and how weird they are. Like some of the shit I've seen here, like I genuinely cannot believe there's people that actually do this. Like for an example, I watched Turkey Tom. I watch basically his documentaries that he makes on people. He's a really good YouTuber. I recommend fucking watching him. I watch every video that comes out. You know, I'm big, I guess a big fan you could say, but it's just so interesting. Like for instance, so I'm pretty sure this I'm getting the name right. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down right. But Nova Online, and it's like this 21-year-old guy, and he fucking wears diapers, and he sucks on a pacifier, and he wants people like, oh my gosh, I figured out the term. It's called like age play. Oh dude, those people are so weird to me. It makes me crawl in my fucking skin. It makes me shake. I'm like, these people are so weird. And oh dude, he's so disgusting as well. Like he dresses up in a diaper on Discord, fucking talking to any girl that will give him any attention, and half the time he's getting trolled. Um and his room is fucking disgusting. Oh my gosh, there's video proof. There's like maggots crawling around in the room. Oh, it's so fucking nasty. I'm sorry. I'm like very passionate about this. Like these fucking people are nasty, dude. I recommend going and watching Turkey Tom's videos on these people that I'm gonna name. And then I watched this person's called DSP. I would always hear the name DSP, and I'm like, who is that? Because for whatever reason, I would think of Diamond Dallas Page from like the WWE and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know why I thought about that. But it's funny though, because when I watched the documentary, I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude spent like 40-60K on a WWE mobile game, and that's why he's like fucked up financially, because he's like addicted to it. I don't think he'll ever admit to it though. I don't think he ever has admitted to it. But yeah, it's just like seeing these people and how they can't accept things, and how you can literally show them what they're doing. You can show them why they're where they are, and why again, why the things are the way they are, and they just don't accept it. They're like too stubborn and too stupid to accept like their mistakes, and to actually realize, hey, I was wrong in this situation. And that also leads me into low tier God. I just wrote his name down. I think he's like the most entertaining one out of them. He is fun to watch. His rages. I mean, his speech is probably like, I think it's one of the most iconic things on the internet, right? He's like you should you should kill yourself right now. Dude, that shit is fucking crazy. But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff came out low tier God though, and he's an absolute fucking weirdo, right? Don't get me wrong, he's entertaining, but dude, the guy is just he's just a weirdo, man. Everyone knows it, and like I see him get trolled, and there's so many troll channels about him. It's insane. But yeah, I mean, as of now, that's all I really could think about to talk about. Again, I just really wanted to make a video. 'Cause I really just want to say like farewell, just goodbye, because as of now, like I said, I've said it many times probably by now, but I don't really plan on coming back to this channel ever again. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe for whatever reason anyone actually watches this and they're like, hey, make some more videos or something talking about something else. Maybe this could become a commentary channel. I don't know. But for now, this is farewell. But I do want to say I genuinely hope that every single person watching this can genuinely like just be the best that they can be. I hope that all of you can live a life that you will be happy with, that you will be proud of in a sense. Like because right now and this is also something interesting I found out. Is like people think there's only one way to live. There's only one way to set a way of do things. Like, for instance, you graduate high school, you get a job, you get married, have kids, and then you just like you get the career right. You get the career, the wife, the kids, and you just fucking die. It's like there's gotta be more to life than that, man. There's gotta be more to life. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm pursuing. It's like martial arts. It's like there's just something about it. There's something about it that's fascinating, right? And it's different. It's different because I'm gonna be honest. I've worked jobs, right? I've worked a job. I've done all that shit, and I can tell you right now, I never want to do that shit again. That shit is soulless. You're just a fucking cog in the machine. They don't give a fuck about you. All right. Literally all the stuff that people say about like jobs and all that and how they don't give a fuck about you. It's all true. It's all true. I used to think that people are over exaggerating it and like and stuff, but after experiencing it firsthand, it's like, dude, that shit is real. So my final words, I just hope that you guys can live a life that you're proud of and that you can accept, because that's what I'm doing, and I think that's the best thing that we could all, as individuals and people, really do. But yeah, with that being said, farewell. All right, so I do just want to say shout out to my old PlayStation squad that I used to run it with, Wubsy, Shotgun Gray, and Ian Richard 06. Shout out to y'all, man. But yeah.